As Dr. Webman has mentioned, anti-Semitism in the Muslim world today is usually not instilled by the governments themselves. A growing gap exists in most Muslim states between the official political stance towards Israel and the Jews and popular negative and hostile attitudes expressed in the media. This being said, the governments in this sphere do tend to view anti-Semitic rhetoric in the media with a great deal of tolerance, allowing it to persist. This is often done as a means of diverting the attentions and anger of the masses from the governments themselves to the Jews and Israel. There is one state in the Muslim world where anti-Semitism and particularly Holocaust denial is propagated and sanctioned by the state itself, and that is Iran. Since the Iranian Revolution of 1978 to 1979, which toppled the Shah's monarchical government, Iran has defined itself as an Islamic republic. As such, the country is led by a highly conservative Shiite clerical elite. The highest power in the land is the supreme leader, who appoints the heads of the judiciary, military, and media, and also confirms the election of the president. Following the death of the founder of the republic, Ayatollah Khomeini, in 1989, the supreme leader has been the Ayatollah Khamenei, who has been spearheading the anti-Semitic line of this state.
Iran claims, on the one hand, it is not anti-Semitic. Iran claims that they have nothing against Jews, they are only anti-Zionist. And they demanded the elimination of the State of Israel. At the same time, if we look at the Iranian discourse, political and religious discourse after the revolution, it is very clearly an anti-Semitic discourse. Not only Ayatollah Khomeini in his writings held very strong anti-Jewish positions, but if you look at the Iranian official discourse, we can see two major elements. One is the great discussion, or very elaborate discussion, again, on Jewish conspiracies against Islam, Jewish animosity to enmity toward the Prophet Muhammad, which goes to this day. Ironically, sometimes there's a confluence between Judaism and Zionism when various Jewish tribes in 7th century Medina are described as Zionist tribes, or when various Jews in the 11th century are described as Zionists. Moving to more modern period, we see the resort to very clear anti-Semitic documents and texts. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion had been translated to Persian. They have been published repeatedly by the Iranian government, both as books and in serial chapters in major newspapers. They are being quoted by official spokesmen. We hear on Iranian TV by so-called academics describing the blood libel as a true historical fact. And we also see the publications of anti-Jewish books and tracts. And for instance, another thing which we see in Iran is blogs and websites that are dedicated completely to anti-Semitism. And some of these blogs and websites call themselves anti-Zionist, but in fact they contain anti-Jewish content. The reason is the belief that Israel is an illegitimate state. Only a vicious, evil nation could establish such a state and commit such crimes against the Muslim population of the Middle East. And therefore, if you want to understand Israel, and if you want to undermine the legitimacy of Israel, you have to go to the roots of the problem, which is the Jewish people and its evil nature. And therefore, even though Iran claims not to be anti-Semitic, in fact, the official discourse is anti-Semitic through and through.
We have discussed the discourse regarding the Holocaust in the Muslim world and trends within it. How does Iran, a country that fosters state anti-Semitism, deal with the subject of the Holocaust?
Iran believes that the Holocaust served as a very important pillar in the justification of Zionism, and also that the Holocaust served as a means for Israel, in which Israel used to, they claim, extort Western countries, especially Germany, to extort financial and political support. Since the Iranians, and by the way, many other Muslim anti-Semites, reject any historical or other justification for Zionism, and since they believe that the Holocaust serves as the basis for Western support for Israel, the belief is that if you can refute the historical veracity of the Holocaust, then you will destroy whatever justification legitimacy that Israel has. And therefore, Holocaust denial has become, I would say, a semi-official position in Iran. very often mistakenly, it is attributed only to former President Ahmadinejad. But in fact, Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei had resorted to Holocaust denial years before Ahmadinejad came to office, and we can see Holocaust denial to this day. For instance, the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs holds an annual exhibition of anti-Semitic cartoons or cartoons related to the Holocaust, which are designed to deny the Holocaust. So the Holocaust became a weapon that Iran uses against Israel in order to undermine whatever legitimacy Israel has.